I always said you have to be a special kind of crazy person to want to be president of the United States. Well, the delusion and insanity just reached an entire new level with resident douche flute, mayor of New York City, de Blasio, putting his decrepit, disgusting, garbage-laden, socialist, extremist hat into the ring, becoming the 24th Democrat, trying to be president of the United States. Now, Down Jr. is tweeting about trash. Donald Trump is saying New York City hates him. There has been a new poll showing that 3 out of 4 New Yorkers don't want him to run. As a fellow New York City resident, hell no. I mean, we're going to play the video, go over point by point, just the delusion. I'm at a loss for words, Jason. The video speaks for itself. From the very beginning, Blasio says that. Do you want to introduce this and play the beginning of his announcement speech?
Yeah, let's do it. Luke's a little bit worked up, everybody. I could give a rat's ass. He has no chance
You don't live
in
in
hell.
New York City. You don't live in the crap hole that is New York City.
I know. I know I don't. There's a reason. It's too many people, too much crap holing. I'm just saying this. He's number 24. He doesn't have a snowball's chance in hell, but here we go.
There's plenty of money in this world. There's plenty of money in this country. It's just in the wrong hands.
Pause it. That's how you start. That's how you're going to start your presidential bid? People, money.
He's right.
What?
He's not wrong.
What are you talking? He's not, again.
Wait, hold on. Let's stop what he said. Easy. Let's bring the emotion down. Luke, he said, there's plenty of money in the world. Is there not? Is that money? Hold on. Is the majority of that money not concentrated in the wrong hands? He starts off with something true.
But he's not talking about the upper echelons of elites. All right, he's talking about having more taxes. He's talking about he doesn't go after the super powerful, the actual people who hold power. If you know him as mayor, he goes after taxes, regulates, and just crushes any form of life, any form of free market in this city to generate revenue for a state that's going into bankruptcy. There's a financial disaster looming in New York City because of his anti-business policies that are just absolutely insane. And again, these are not just anti-business policies. These are policies that are affecting everyone in New York City. The amount of licenses, regulations, permits, fines that you have to go through in New York City to just operate is just absolutely insane. And when he's saying that, he's talking about more of doing what New York City has been doing. And that's why I'm not buying it. And again, he's making very generalized statements. Again, I just
want to let you know, I'm not buying it either. I agree with you. We could take it down. But the thing is, he's not wrong saying that. Let's be honest. He's being a politician. He's pointing out problems that are there. Let's continue. That is a problem, Luke. Not to
take
argue,
more money away from people.
I'm not saying to do that.
No.
I'm not. That's not what he said. Number one, again, what he said is correct. There's plenty of money in the world, and it is concentrated in the wrong hands. Very political thing to say. Doesn't say he has the right answer. Let's go.
Here in New York City, a place that is legendarily tough and big and complicated. Good thing about New Yorkers is they look the same whether they're really pissed off at you or they like you.
Pause it.
We build
New York City. Pause it. But New York City is not the same New York City that it was before. All right, tough. Maybe a few years ago. It's corporate now. It's overtaken by McDonald's, Starbucks, Walgreens. Small mom and pop businesses have been destroyed. Any real life, any real culture has just been eviscerated with people trying to make it by to afford to live in this city. You're talking about tough? No, it's weak. It's destroyed. There's police officers at every little corner trying to give you a ticket when you're in the subway drinking a coffee. You can't drink a coffee in the subway because a cop will come and give you tickets. All right? Why? Because the state is leveraging money with all the free stuff that they're trying to give you, which they can't afford, but they need to punish regular people to make that affordable so they could generate more revenue for the state. Absolutely insane bullcrap. No, disagree with that. Let's keep playing it.
build an agenda that puts working families first.
We had to fight all over the city, all over the state, to make sure that people got a decent wage.
We are raising the wage to $15 an hour.
Oh, yeah.
Waitresses and dishwashers and store clerks and people who work in small manufacturing firms, the backbone of New York City. You will have the legal guarantee for the first time of paid sick leave. This has never existed anywhere else in this country. Fully comprehensive, guaranteed health care.
Majority of New Yorkers are not happy with any of this. The healthcare barely covers anything, even from individuals that I talk to that live in New York City. Like, yeah, my healthcare doesn't cover that. My healthcare doesn't cover this. My healthcare doesn't cover this. Again, everything's like, we're giving all this for you. It's all free. They don't talk about how, again, this mandatory minimum wage is having negative consequences in the market, how it's bringing a lot of corporations to go to automation. You go to CVS, who checks you out? Robots. McDonald's, who checks you out? Robots. Why does that happen? Because the governments are coming down and saying, hey, you have to pay this person this much. And again, there's a whole big debate. I know you disagree here, Jason.
100%.
I don't want to get too much into it.
Well, hold on. We're gonna break down some numbers for you, Luke. Okay. The medical thing, I get it. They don't cover a lot. It is kind of a scam. It's not a single payer system. It's not a fair system where things are taken care of. I 100% agree with you there. $15 an hour, not only in New York City, but New York State should absolutely be the mandatory minimum wage. First of all, we're almost at 12 here in upstate New York. I think it's $11.80 this year, and it will continue to go up. Let me break down some numbers for you. $15 an hour before taxes, 52 weeks a year, that's $31,200. Folks, you can't afford an apartment, parking, and utilities in New York City for $31,200 before taxes. Now, when taxes come in, you're probably going to make, depending on if you're married, what structuring, maybe $24,000, $25,000 a year. That's 40 hours a week for any job. You should make that. That is not a fallacy, okay? Especially in the city. This isn't even a statewide minimum wage. Now, I could not live where I live, 3 hours away on a drive, about 180 miles away from New York City on that, period. So, again, he's talking about a lot of the problems. The solutions he's giving, I don't agree with, other than the fact that the $15 minimum wage in New York City is a no-brainer. Listen, man, just to get down there. That's for you,
again, Jason. Again, that's your opinion. My opinion, I disagree with that. And to me, instead of having the government mandate what other private businesses should do, how about stop taxing them to death? Look at New York City. You have to pay New York City tax, state tax, federal tax. When Donald Trump gave the tax incentives, Donald Trump cut taxes for majority of Americans, and those taxes are going up. So the first year, he decreased taxes significantly. Second year, those taxes go up, and again, it comes back to normal. The corporate ones still get the majority of the tax breaks. But when Donald Trump gave a tax break to America, New York City raised their taxes and pretty much kept it the same. Why? Because, again, they're just bloodthirsty hounds trying to usurp and tell you what is right and what is wrong. And to me, they're pushing automation. And I see it from a different point of view. We disagree with each other, but it's
Luke,
all
they're
opinionated,
totally two separate issues.
Where we're coming from. And it's opinion. So that's my take on it.
First of all, let's stop. That number was not my opinion. That is a real number. 31,000.
I'm saying your opinion. I'm not liking it. So we're going to argue back and forth. I would rather keep playing it.
All right, we're going to keep playing it. But, dude, there's a difference between taxes and minimum wage. Okay, you just talked about raising taxes. Obviously, I'm not for
because
that.
in my side of the argument, we would have to, like if you want people to actually have money, stop taking away from them.
I agree. That's not the argument, but we'll continue with de Blasio.
My wife, Charlene, and I
believe healthcare is a human right. It has to be available for all, it has to be affordable, and it has to include mental health services.
Everything begins with being healthy, and there's no health without mental health.
Today we announce free, full day, high quality.
Pause it. He's like, oh, look, I have a black wife. Her name's Charlene. Mental health, we're giving you that for free. What happens with mental health? And again, there are some real serious mental health issues in this country that do need to be addressed. There are some few few instances where state and medical institutions have helped, but predominantly what has happened, prescription rates for SSRIs. Big Pharma has been making money hand over fist, giving people antidepressants. Look what happened here. Look at this article here by The Independent. Antidepressants prescriptions nearly doubled in a decade. The effects of this are astronomical. It's going into the water. It's affecting everyone. It's making what people are calling scientists are assessing that this is making people docile, and pretty much what Blasio is saying here, take your drugs, we're going to give you a whole bunch of drugs to make you nice and docile as we screw you over, bend you over, and give you free stuff. It's not free. There's a reason there's been over 1 million people in the last few years to leave New York City. De Blasio is one of them. The policies, insane lunatic policies of government intervention, government thinking what's right for you is one of them. If it's not the main one, is one of them. Sorry, I'm pissed off about this, Jason. We disagree. It's okay. It's fine. We're still friends, but we see things differently.
We're still friends. Listen, as far as mental health goes, I totally agree with you that the system has been completely manipulated to try to get people on SSRIs, serotonin reuptake inhibitors, and other drugs instead of promoting a healthier lifestyle. Let me give some people out there just a little tip if you want to be happier in your life. Try not taking a selfie for 30 days. Not one. You're not going to take a selfie for 30 days. Listen, use your phone all you want. You want to use Mira. Try not taking a selfie and posting it for 30 days. I guarantee you're going to feel better about yourself because you're not going to constantly be worried about your appearance and your vanity. That's just one suggestion out there, Luke. I'm just saying, I get it. Mental health is often abused, but I think it's there. You don't think people should have that with healthcare?
You got to do self-help videos later. Let's just get to the facts here. Let's keep playing this video, Jason.
Okay, Selfie McGee.
Pre-K.
People come up to Bill every day and thank him for making that possible. It makes a real difference in a child's life, makes a real difference in a family's life.
Doesn't matter if you live in a city or a rural area, a big state, a small state, doesn't matter what your ethnicity is. People in every part of this country feel stuck or even like they're going backwards. But the rich got richer.
I'm a New Yorker. I've known Trump's a bully for a long time. This is not news to me or anyone else here. And I know how to take him on.
Hold it. Pause it there. Pause it. Come on. You said a little. I know how to take him. No, you don't. How? What are you talking about? This man's utterly insane. And did you see the shift? Everyone's loving me in the streets. I'm convincing you. Everyone's coming up to me. Bull crap. All right, there's a reason. 3 out of 4 people in New York City don't want you to run. Don't like you. You've been a total disaster for this city. You're leading us to financial calamity. And then you're telling us you're just going to give us free stuff. And now here comes Washington, D.C. The music changes. Look at the images that they're portraying here. Look at the images that they're trying to psychologically, emotionally manipulate you with here, filled with disinformation. And the disinformation is going to continue with its talking points. Jason, you want to keep it going?
Well, I just want to point out that I do kind of agree with him that Trump's a bully. I don't like the way he's going about it with I think we should show people, they bring up a lot of things that just aren't true. Look, we've had problems with immigration.
They're going to talk about that. Before we get into that, let's get us talking points exactly on it.
All right.
Donald Trump started separating families.
Our message to the federal government is simple. Stop this broken, inhumane policy right now. We sent lawyers to the border to help protect those families. When he told us he was going to...
Pause it. Lies. Lying to you. Donald Trump started separate. No. This was happening all the way back since 1996. This was happening under Bill Clinton. This was happening under Barack Obama. Where were you? What was going on here? Now it's true that U.S. Attorney Jeff Sessions did institute tougher restrictions on the border in April of 2018, but this is a policy that has been going on for a while that Donald Trump signed an executive order to stop. Donald Trump stopped this policy officially with an executive order that was happening way before him. Stop lying to the people. Jason, how do they think they could get away with this? Like, we have the facts right here. Like, we have the articles right here.
It's been a talking point in the media for at least 2 years now, Luke, so it doesn't shock me, and we've been saying it's been going on forever. This is, a lot of people called it an Obama policy. I was like, look, this is probably going on for a long, long time. In fact, this predates ICE. ICE only came into fruition after Homeland Security did after 9/11, but as far as border policy goes, this stuff is not new. They like to bring up the warts of this nation and attribute them to Trump. For instance, again, projecting that with his bullyism. Yeah, he's a bully. I used to listen to Howard Stern all the time, and he would occasionally call in just to rip on Rosie O'Donnell. He's a bully. Get used. We knew who we voted for. He's a bully. He's a misogynist. He's an actor. He's a gangster. And as far as I'm concerned at this point, he's a deep stater. And guess what? Bill de Blasio still can't beat him. And Bill de Blasio is a horrible choice. We can agree on that. Should we continue?
Yeah, he goes on. He doubles down even more on his insanity.
Cut off our security funding. We took him to court and we beat him.
When we saw our national government walk away from the Paris Agreement, we doubled down.
This battle to save our Earth will be won or lost in our lifetime. There's no second chance. Don't back down in the face of a bully. Confront him. Take him on. As president, I will take on the wealthy. I will take on the big corporations. I will not rest until this government serves working people. As mayor of the largest city in America, I've done just that.
De Blasio for president, guys.
Donald Trump must be stopped. I've beaten him before, and I will do it again. I'm Bill de Blasio, and I'm running for president because it's time we put working people first.
Insanity. My goodness. Golly gracious. This is one of the most crazy. There's been advisors. There's been people within his administration that are like, please, de Blasio, don't run. Please. Whatever you do, don't run. Don't do it. I can't believe he has the incredulous chutzpah to believe that he still has some kind of chance. Pushing all the bull crap and big government agenda, pretending like he's there for you. He's not. In New York City, you want to do any kind of business, you have to bribe people. You have contracts that you want to get approved in government, you have to bribe people. You have to donate to Bill de Blasio. You want to have any kind of event in New York City with a vast amount of permits and regulations, you have to hire an active NYPD officer to go off duty, pay him thousands of dollars for one night of security, which is pretty much called other cops coming in to lock people up for the huge list of regulations that you need to follow to have any kind of event. And another officer saying, hey, they paid me off here. You guys could go. And that's ultimately what happens here in business. It's dirty. It's disgusting. It's not meant for real people. It is the worst form of mafia, the worst form of extortion that we could ever exist, the control and monopoly of force used against the best interest of the free will and liberty of human beings moving forward, suppressed by douche flutes like de Blasio. That's my take on it, Jason. I got nothing else to say.
I just want to remind people the last New York City mayor to run for president didn't work out so well for him, Rudy Giuliani. Guys, we are doing 4 videos across 2 platforms every single day. Please make sure that you thumb this video up. Tell us who you like in the comments. Are you as outraged as Luke is, or is this just another Democratic candidate that has no chance and is trying to placate to the people? Folks, please, if you can, go hit our Bilderberg GoFundMe. We're trying to fund that right now. Go donate over at We Are Change. Maybe grab a sweatshirt. I don't know. Looks good. We got the fake news. We got the fake CNN. Whatever your flavor is, but most importantly, get out there and be the change you want to see in the world.